Want the best way to shop online? Click kccars.com. Want thousands of vehicles at the lowest prices? Click kccars.com. For McCarthy's brand new Chevys, Toyotas, Nissans, Hyundais, and certified and quality pre-owned vehicles all in one place. Over 1,400 new cars and trucks and 500 pre-owned all at your fingertips. Click kccars.com for the McCarthy Auto Group with over 2,000 new and pre-owned vehicles from the ease of your computer, tablet, or phone 24/7. Log on today. kccars.com.
J.D. Black, who won the All-Star Midget Feature Race up at Atchison County Raceway, has also raced in that new Midget Series out on a very cold Friday night during the Kansas Speedway weekend out at Valley Speedway. He's also going to be racing his non-wing sprint car this year on Friday nights, open wheel night out at Valley Speedway. He's joining us right now. J.D., how you doing this morning?
Oh, pretty good. How you doing?
We're doing great. You did finally get a race in up at Atchison County Raceway on that little, they call it the cage up there at Atchison County Raceway. Tell us about that win, the new Midget Series that Ray Boyles has been big on starting here in the Kansas City area. How did it go up there?
It was good. Track was really nice, actually. Perfect for a midget, man. It was to the wall all the way around that place, man. It was a cool place to run.
Now, hey, JD, it's Scott, man. Man, I tell you what, you have been on a roll here as of late, haven't you, bud? I mean, you picked up the championship over there at Valley Speedway, and you're winning in the midget, and you got to feel pretty good about where your program is right now.
Yeah, it's going pretty good. It's kind of, we get into that midget and the non-wing car. We kind of gave up on the wing stuff, but it makes for a busy time, but also, kind of hard work pays off, I guess. We've been having some pretty good luck.
Right. And you kind of got yourself into better shape, too, haven't you, bud?
Oh, yeah. Middle of last year, my oldest brother got us all on a weight program. I started running, getting on a treadmill. I think I've lost about 40-some-odd pounds. My driver's suit looks like a 10 on me anymore. I can handle that, though.
Do you feel any different out there racing now? I mean, do you notice? Do you feel like you have an advantage over where you were at before you did the weight? Because I just lost 30 pounds myself. I'm trying to get myself back into race shape. I'm wanting to know. Do you feel better out there when you're racing?
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's not just being able to breathe better and stay calm and all that stuff, but just the fact how you fit in the car so much better. And you can actually drive it like a race car instead of a school bus because you can pull that wheel down until you can get over it,
Yeah. How do you think things are going out there at Valley Speedway? I mean, their commitment to open wheel racing, the Valley Sprints, the non-wing that we call them Valley Sprints at Valley Speedway. We got to give Dennis Strout credit for continued support of open wheel racing. You know it?
Yeah, I tell you what, man, there's some people get on him, and I even get on him every now and then, about track prep and all that.
Well, they're a promoter. You're supposed to get on them. They're promoters, right?
Yeah, that's true. Right. Keeps him on his toes, and man, he's really trying. That track's really come around as far as the surface and all that stuff. And, yeah, he's stuck with us as far as the non-wing program. Him and Ray Boyles actually kind of brought the non-wing stuff back, and the war stuff, of course, they stepped up too and made kind of a traveling series so you can kind of stay here at home and go run with them. And they've worked together as far as the schedule and stuff. I think, I'm going to try to make a lot of those races with the war stuff, and I could actually make all of the war and all the Valley, but that's when it's going to coincide with the midget. So I might have to miss some of the war races just to make the deal with Ray, because I want to stick with him, and I hope Dennis sticks with us on that too. Hopefully we get our car count up with that with the All-Star midgets, and man, I think that's going to be fun, a good deal. I think there's a lot of midgets around Kansas City that would come run with us.
How much of a traveling series is this All-Star Midget Series? I mean, primarily you're going to run at Valley Speedway, but how many other different racetracks are they going to run besides Valley and Atchison?
We've actually got 2 races scheduled at Montgomery, down there in New Florence, I guess.
Right.
600 to win, 100 to start. And I was just on the computer when you guys called, redoing my schedule and stuff. And I think that's going to be one of them that coincide with one of the war races. But I said I'm going to try to stick with Ray and make that deal work. Hopefully we can draw some of those the St. Louis guys in, to get some car count up. So.
Hey, JD, the way I understand it, aren't you guys going to do some co-sanction events with the Lucas Oil Power Eye Midget Series as well?
I think so. I don't know. That's kind of up to Ray on that deal.
Mm-hmm.
I would be more than willing to do it. I was actually going to go race tonight down there at Wheatland with the midget. I'm taking the big car and the midget down there, pull double duty, but of course, Mother Nature kind of messed us up on that whole deal. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's midget racing. We know, our deal with the Chili Bowl, and we've been around it. And we hear what people talk about in the midget ranks, and price of midget motors have been just through the roof. Is it feasible to run them weekly, and for the amount of money? I mean, does a guy? Where's the level of the midgets that you guys have to run with? Are they the innovative type of midgets that maybe we see down at the Chili Bowl, or are they a standard midget? And just overall the cost and the motors and everything. Kind of touch on some of that for me, would you?
Well, yeah, and that's kind of where me and Scott Robinson, the guy that we're kind of partners in the midget that we own here, and the big car, we can go through and run it. Basically, every show we want to hit, we can go run. But as far as cost on the motor, but that midget, like you said, with rebuilds costing so much anymore to get a good quality midget motor, it's almost, it would be nice just to have a midget motor just to set back for the Chili Bowl, and then one that you could run around here local for the payout that they want to pay. And that's where like you say, the payout, you kind of got to pick and choose where you want to go. We can put, I think our motor, we can put probably 15, 20 shows on it before a rebuild, which that's kind of what we've got in the schedule. It works out good for what Ray's got scheduled down here at Valley and Atchison and Montgomery. So that way, when our schedule gets done, we're basically going to go through that thing and do a rebuild before we go to the Chili Bowl. So, and yeah, I mean, the midget stuff, it's just crazy. The cost, it's just going, like you said, going through the roof, and hopefully this stuff around here local. I know that they're letting the chain drive guys run with us, and I think that's great. I just hope they don't get discouraged in the early spring when the tracks are going to be kind of heavy and fast, because that's going to be a horsepower track, and that's where they're going to kind of lose out a little bit. But if they stick with us, I think they're going to realize once summer hits and gets here and tracks dry out, man, they're going to be just as competitive as a regular midget, running a Fontana or Esslinger or a Gertie or whatever,
J.D. Black is joining us. When I visit with Ray Boyles about his philosophy, less rules is better, and you can't argue with the results, especially when it comes to the non-wing sprint cars in the War Series. Bringing in the 305s and the 360s can compete with the 410s, and the racing has been great. The car count has been excellent, and you've had a lot of different winners. Talk about that a little bit, where less rules is better, and that's the way Ray Boyles thinks, and that's been pretty successful with the sprint cars. Can it translate over to the midgets? You say the chain drive, it's going to take a while for it to work in, but how do you see the growth in the car count in the midgets? Because there's really not a whole lot of midget cars in and around the Kansas City area.
I hope it works just as well, and I agree with him. I mean, I haven't been around the sprint cars all my life, 10, 12, 15 years maybe, but we started up at Savannah, and that's what it was up there. It was just run what you run. And it just seemed more laid back. Everybody's less worried about what everybody else is doing, and they were more focused on just going racing, And I agree. I mean, last year I won 2 features, and both times I won them, I had the 305 in it, And it just goes to show you, it's not all about horsepower all the time. I mean, yeah, a lot of times it is, but I don't know. It just seems like the more rules you want to put on stuff, the more money gets spent on, I don't know, titanium, stuff like that. I mean, we're racers. We're all going to try to get the best stuff that we need that we think is going to make us faster in a race car, lighter, quicker, whatever. But I don't know. It just seems like the more rules, the more money gets spent on internals, stuff that you can't find. There's always going to be somebody to find that edge. I mean, hell, they proved that in NASCAR. You got the money to spend on lightening your rod, something that they can't check. They're going to try to do it, whether it be purposeful or not.
JD, you sound like you're taking a page out of old Ray Boyle's book. He doesn't believe in those rules either. Well, he just doesn't believe in rules either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He just says, "Hey, man, run what you brung and let it take care of itself." You know.
It's worked so far, though, hasn't it?
I think so. Like you said, it worked with the non-wing sprints, and everybody's having fun. We all seem to get along together, and I don't know. I hope it takes off with the midgets. I really do.
Yeah, politics is never good in racing, and when you add more rules to it, then you get what's going on with the lightning sprints. Another lightning sprint series has been started up, and for what? You know, they can't get together on the rules.
Well, Well, the problem with the lightning sprints deal is that there's only 15 of them anyway. You know. Right. So how do you support two series? You know, we're a little bit of a homer for Bob Douglas. I'm not going to. I've said that up front. He's been a great supporter of ours. And listen, what Hevelo and Billings are doing, more power to them. If they can make it work, that's great too. But you need massive car counts before you start trying to divide. A type of car up. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and that's another thing. We were up there at Atchison, just with the few cars that we had, and Charles Vestal, he's been a big help to Ray as far as setting up stuff. He was wanting to do the passing points and do all this stuff, and I'm like, wait a minute. Let's just get a race in and let's go have fun, and let's get some cars. Let's race before we start structuring anything as far as that goes. Let's get something going. And get some cars in here, and then we can start doing that stuff and build off what we have, All
right. Well, JD, hey, man, congratulations on your win up there and all the success that you've had in the last couple of years. Been proud of you, man, doing a good job. And I'm more proud of you for knocking off that weight, man, because as a guy that's going through that right now myself, you know what? It takes a lot of motivation to keep trying to lose weight and to lose 40 pounds or whatever you lost. That says a lot about you and your willingness to make yourself a better driver and get yourself in better shape, man. Congratulations.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks, guys.
All right, JD. Look forward to seeing you next Friday night.
We're doing. Hopefully, weather will let us be out there. Try to click another one off.
Great. Thanks a lot.
All right, buddy. Good luck to you.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.